we are in Los Angeles, California, not for the movie stars and not for the tourist attractions, but for big men's fashion. Today, I'm going to take you to a few of my favorite places, including the Winston Box, where you can see what they have to offer for fall for big and tall guys. We're also going to hit the Plus Bus, check out their offerings, and maybe you'll get to see me in a very interesting outfit. You're going to have to watch and check it out. Let's go. Before we go to JCPenney, we're going to meet up with Danny at the Winston Box. Hey.
What's up, Bruce?
Danny, how are you?
Bruce on the loose. Welcome back to the Winston Box.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Great to have you.
Thanks a lot, I appreciate it.
It's an awesome time to be here.
Yeah, summer.
Yep, shipment's getting ready to go out.
So I hear there's a showroom.
Yeah, open to the public, by the way.
You want to show me some things?
Yeah, it's a room that I'm gonna show. That's why it's called a showroom. Perfect, let's go check it out. This is the Winston Box Showroom. This is where we have different stylists and costume designers come in and choose things that they want. Also companies that want to feature us in their stores will come and buy orders from us here. And then we also have celebrities come and pull for events and things like that.
Nice.
And it is also where our up and coming collection is featured. So we have a lot of things coming up. Fall's coming. I know we're dealing with a hot day today, but there's some really cool things. Like this is one of my favorite pieces. This is our hoodigan, which is like inspired by 1950s Letterman sweaters, but still has a hoodie on the top here. I think it's really cool.
I love that.
I think you should give that a shot for sure. And I don't know, what's your favorite color? What do you want to get into?
So I tend to go with more subdued kind of things, but
well, you know, you should try this. This here is this is a special piece to me because this is a fabric that's Pima cotton. It's some of the high-end designers like Rag & Bone and John Barbados and Tommy use, but they don't make our size and they charge a crazy premium upcharge for it. So we made this shirt out of it, which has a nice ribbing, which gives it a luxury kind of look to it, but we left the sleeves off. So that way when we pair it with something like the hoodigan, you don't have to get too hot and overheated. So you're able to wear something like this and look like you have that layered look and not be too hot.
That's great. I need color in my life, so.
It's good, and also it's really good, you know, if you live in a hot climate, maybe you wouldn't get the sweater with it, and you might end up getting something that's like a nice sleeveless thing for a pool or whatever.
Nice.
But give that a shot. Let me take that hanger from you.
Okay.
I think that'll work. And we have some really cool stuff coming out for back to school. We have these composition notebook inspired sweaters.
Nice.
That I really love.
Oh,
a big favorite of mine, you know. So maybe we'll give one of those a shot.
Perfect.
Do you like the blue or the black?
Let's see, I'm gonna try the black, I think.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah.
And let's see. You were saying you needed a little color in your life before?
Yes.
This is really interesting. This is our cherry hoodie, which was really popular last season.
Oh, wow.
But we're making it in other colors, and we're putting a little zippered stash pocket inside here.
Hey, nice.
For, you know, your things.
Right.
You never know. You never know. This is very Bruce to me.
Yes, absolutely.
Some nice black denim here, right?
I like that.
I think that's something you might be interested in. And
Yep.
I will give you our bomber that's going to be coming out, which we did. You know, I don't want to make anything too thick, like I said. So that'll go good together,
yes.
Right? So this, I kept it thin, but we have a nice textured fabric here to kind of like smooth out the edges on different kinds of curvatures on our body, like problem areas that we want to hide. And then you want to accentuate the positive, so we put a little bit of stretch here in the arm.
Oh, nice.
That way, even the biggest of arms will feel tight and together and manly man.
Perfect.
All right, great. So I think that's a good start. Let's
Definitely.
go ahead, try the dressing room, and let's see how it works out.
Sounds good.
Oh, see? How's it feel?
Feels great.
Yeah, do you like the fabric? And
I do, I like the fabric. I like that I can actually move.
that was a big thing, mobility for us. I found that even when something fit correctly, I was never able to like cross my arms or anything else. So we choose our fabrics wisely to make sure that there's a lot of mobility.
That's nice because problem areas for me and for a lot of big guys, shoulders, chest, back, stomach, not having any of those problems here, so.
You know, it actually comes from part of it. My concern on that comes from my background working in musical theater, where in costumes and stuff that I wasn't able to dance or like move in, and how they solved a lot of those problems is a lot of the stuff that we're implementing into Winston to give a lot of mobility to guys.
Nice, I love it, yeah. I like the way it looks. It's definitely my style, so.
Well, we're gonna have to make sure you get this exact same outfit when it does come out.
Yes.
Oh, ready for back to school.
I am, I'm ready to go back to school.
Aren't these cool, these composition notebook looks?
Totally, I love this. Yeah, I love the pattern, I love the way it feels. It's definitely not going to wrinkle, and that's one of the big things that I know as a bigger guy, you just deal with those things.
Well, you know, this fabric has a sleekness to it that smooths out the curves again. I mean, we're trying to pick fabrics that don't bunch, that don't cling, you know, when you're wearing something like this, because that definitely happens. I think even when you're moving or you're sitting, you're gonna get a smooth line.
Something else that I like about this is I haven't always been comfortable with wearing shirts like this, just because of like the shape of my chest or the way that it fits on me and the way that I, in my head, think of how my silhouette is. And so, you know, but something like this, I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. Right?
I think it, again, accentuates the positive, the broadness of your shoulders, you know, and then sort of slims out the rest and kind of gives it a streamline.
I think a lot of it is just kind of getting over the ideas, the things that you have in your head that are ingrained
from society.
Like, totally, where you're just like, oh man, this isn't gonna work. I can't wear that, it's not gonna look good on me. And then you put something on, you try it, and you look great.
You know, one time I was like afraid to approach somebody like in a club, and my friend was like, "It's no surprise what you look like naked. Like what you look like with a t-shirt on is what you look like naked," and it's so true. Give the next one a try. Check out that hood again. Oh, it looks smooth on you, bro. I like it. Let's see a little turn. I love the back, the way, yeah, see? Looking good.
Yeah, I like this. Very comfortable.
Cozy is the word I would use.
Yeah, and I like the colors together.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a nice classic palette, like woodsman. And I think the collegiate look of the Letterman sweater kind of gives it that whole traditional vibe. But then we kind of, you know, funked it up with adding the hoodie on the back.
It's another one of those things where it's adding color where I might not have considered doing that myself, but having these together, I love it. Yeah.
And how is it without the sleeves underneath?
It's great.
Right?
Yeah.
A little more breathability,
Definitely.
You know, because we always tend to overlayer sometimes in the winter. And I think this is a nice breathable way to, and I wanted it, instead of to be a hoodie, especially for some of the larger sizes, I wanted it to be a hoodie again. This way, when you open it, you're able to get a little bit of air in there and like get, you know, if you're going indoors where people have heat on, or God forbid a fire, we're able to get a little breathability. And without the sleeves there, you know, just a couple of these and you're back to normal body temperature.
Yes, you're good to go. I love it. See their entire line at thewinstonbox.com.
Well, I'm thrilled to have you back at the Winston Box to try on some of our new stuff that's coming out. It was really fun. We got to get out of here because this is one of our biggest shipping days of the month, and we got to skedaddle so they can get some work done.
Perfect. Let's get out of the way. I would like to go to JCPenney because I want to see what it's like when you go to look for an outfit, put together a look, and just kind of understand that process.
Oh boy, let's go.
All right.
All right, I'm excited. JCPenney, what you got?
Let's see.
I know I'm gonna like it here.
That's right.
All right.
When you're out shopping, what are you looking for? Like, what are the big things that come to mind when you start trying to find clothes that you actually want to wear?
The first thing I like to do is pretend like size isn't an issue. I like to scan for color and for fabric choices and for pattern. And then from there I work my way out.
So you're looking at those things before you're looking at size?
Yeah, because I want to pretend like that's not an obstacle. I want to shop like I would like a normal person would go shop. I want to say, hey, I love that color. And then from there I could say, oh, you don't have this in my size? Do you have something else like it? And, you know, branch out and try to find something that I like.
I think we should just kind of jump into it. I'd like to see what you pick and kind of what you think about, what your thought process is as you're looking around for things.
All right, let's check this out. I don't know why this season I've been really drawn to different types of, like, in this color palette. So immediately like, I come to this and I say, okay, this is like an inspiration point for me. And well, clearly they have my size because this is a 4XL.
I like this because you're not afraid to get into colors. And I think a lot of bigger guys are.
You know, I find out that there's a lot of great ways to break up the color. Sometimes colors are too bold, like maybe I can't, or I'll feel uncomfortable wearing all of this, but especially with fall coming up, I could add another outerwear piece over this and layer it up.
Right, you're just getting a little piece of that color. It's not all you
just
are.
Just a rumor.
Right, right.
No,
okay.
But I think that, you know, we all have different things about us, different kinds of accents. My beard's different than your beard. I may not be comfortable wearing a cream shirt that I'm wearing right now, but like in just that. But if I put it in a way like this where I'm layering, then I kind of feel like I can still express myself. So also what I like to do is speed shop. Yeah. I don't like to waste a lot of time. Normally our sections aren't that big anyway. So what I like to do is just like walk through everything and sort of scan what I'm doing. Because a lot of times when I'm shopping, and if I'm not shopping specifically for me, and I notice that there is something for me in a store, then I'm like, oh, JCPenney caters to guys our size. I'm gonna go and just take a minute and scan the store when I'm shopping with whoever.
What are your pain points for clothes? Like what's hard for you to find or what's hard for you to get a good fit?
I'm big and I'm tall, so sometimes I'll have something where the sleeve will only come to here on me, and that is a pain point. But I've learned to either modify the shirt or roll it up if I really love the fabric and the pattern, or I sometimes say it's not worth it. I'm gonna wait until I can find something that's like a true fit.
My curse is always pants are too long. You know, luckily with jeans I can usually cuff them, but I'm a big advocate for actually getting things tailored if you need to.
Oh, I think that's like one of the most important things.
Yeah.
I tailor anything that I feel is ill-fitting. I especially love to bring in my arms, you know, accentuate the positive. For me, my arms are not a pain point. So I like to show my arms off. I'll roll these sleeves up more or whatever, you know?
Nice.
And I'll get a lot of my shirts that have a lot of extra baggy fabric with this, just even if it's an inch, you'd be so surprised how the mobility of it will make you look more streamlined and more masculine. And I appreciate that a lot.
So you seem like you're pretty adventurous when it comes to your style and trying new things. Have you always been that way, or did you kind of have to work up to that?
I think I've always been that way. You know, I was really inspired by what was trendy to me when I was in middle school. And I think that's when I still could fit in a normal size. I mean, it may not have been normal for a middle schooler to be a 38, but it was when I could still buy off the rack.
Sure.
So this is a big source of contention for big guys where we have horizontal stripes. We're told that we can't wear them. We're told that they're gonna make us look bigger, but we could break something like this up with a great piece of outerwear, which is what I'm gonna attempt to do with this shirt. I like this shirt. I even like this little piece here. So if I do wanna take it off, I think I'll feel really great and comfortable. But what's awesome about this is the outerwear doesn't even have to be seasonal. So we don't have a lot of things right now in summer that are here that are all like fall. But what we could do is we can go hit up the athleisure wear and get something that's a little more breathable. So then when we are doing layering, we aren't that hot. So I found this awesome IZ check piece here on the clearance rack. And then over there, we found that other horizontal stripe moment. Right? So both of these would go great with probably one of these Nike dry fits. And the reason I like to use one of these, let's see, here's a 4XLT. I'll go a little larger since we're gonna layer. The reason I like to use one of these is because it's really breathable. And then you don't have to worry about it being too hot when you're putting two articles of clothing on top of each other.
I like this idea because it's not something that people would necessarily think about combining, you know, taking something that's kind of an activewear piece and putting it with this polo.
Well, even with our line Winston, I always recommend that people, especially if a dude's like top heavy or they have like issues with different body curvature, it's great to put outerwear piece over it. This way, when you're leaning forward or when, you know, you're trying to get a certain silhouette, it kind of evens out the lines. So one thing every guy needs is a white shirt.
Sure.
I like this one by Claiborne because it's a stretch white. So again, you're getting a little bit of give when you're moving around in your clothing, which is so important because I don't like to see a button pull. I don't like to see anything that makes me feel like I'm wearing something that's like the incorrect size.
Right.
And a lot of times, even if you are looking in the mirror when you're getting dressed, you make yourself look the best you could look. And you go, I could get away with this without really being fair, you know? And then a slight move or something might create a crease that'll last all day long on your clothes. So I like to try something that has a little bit of an extra give in the stretch, so it's more forgiving when it comes to wrinkles.
Stretch fabric has been life-changing for big guys. Being able to get that in jeans and shirts and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very big component on comfort, especially during travel. So these have a little bit of a sporty pull to it.
Nice.
And that way, when I'm sitting down in the plane or I'm traveling anywhere in the subway, whatever, I feel way more comfortable. So I'm here in the Levi's section and I am going to grab a pair of my size. I think I prefer a shorter length because I like to wear boots. But knowing your length is also really good. Knowing your sizes is also something that's really helpful. But I'm gonna give these a try and we should start trying some stuff on.
Perfect.
I like to get moving.
I love it.
Let's do it. So what do you think?
All right, outfit one. Nice.
Yeah, badass Nike swoosh. And then get that pop of color. I may not feel perfectly comfortable being in a totally purple shirt, but then I still get, you know, a bit of that royal purple vibe.
I like this because, especially with this, I wouldn't have thought about myself purchasing something like that and then layering, you know, and doing it that way. Just because when I think about activewear, I'm kind of like, I don't know, but I like the way this looks.
It's a nice, it's great for a casual look. And you could even dress this up a little bit. Maybe perhaps something with like a higher collar that comes out. So let me give it a shot with one of the other shirts. Okay, Bruce.
All right.
I specifically didn't zip this one up because when I'm designing, I'm consistently thinking about different body shapes. So we talked about how maybe if guys are top heavy, layering like this might be a really great way to feel a little more comfortable.
Sure.
Trying on different garments that you wouldn't wear. But when you get something that's an XLT, the length on this is also really important too. This is good for guys that have more of like a belly apron or want to be able to have a little more coverage down here. If you raise your arms and your belly shows up under your shirt, an LT might be for you. So this is something to consider. So this here is a 3XLT, but it's something where if you zip it up, and you could wear something that's a little more dressier above. But if you're doing that, I suggest you pull the sleeves up.
Right.
Because on a dressier garment, if you give a little turn here, you don't want to see a long sleeve athleisure wear with a dressier garment underneath. I think it comes across as you're trying to pass it off more as it is a dressy garment. Where when you roll the sleeves up and you give it more of a sporty feel, I think we could even probably grab a hat and see how sporty this could become.
Want Danny's looks? Check the info section down below. After Danny put together a new look at JCPenney, I took him to meet my friend Jen at the Plus Bus.
Let's do a little shopping.
I'm into it.
Hey,
Oh, hey!
how are you?
So good to see you.
Good to see you. All right.
You brought friends.
Yes.
I'm back.
Who are you? I don't
Back
know.
at the Plus Bus.
So I'll show you some of the guy stuff we have. It's a little bit small right now, but it's just the end of summer. So
Perfect.
let me show you what we got. We try to like keep it really fun and light for summer and just like have the certain layers that you might not have. Like I don't do a lot of basics, you know? So I'm trying to give you like a little bit more fashion than that.
Basics are for basic people.
I mean,
Or layering. Or layering.
yeah, or layering. Or like
Nice.
if you have an amazing basic like this.
With some
that's-
inner beauty.
Yes, inner
beauty. Yes.
I feel like we all got a blue memo
I know,
today.
I know.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
let's
Apparently
talk
that's-
about this.
yes.
Let's talk-
That's what we're doing today.
Hottest color
Yep,
for
yep.
spring and summer.
Blue bus.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, I have like some leather joggers here.
Oh, wow.
Like I would love to see you try something out of the box
So-
like
oh,
that.
nice. Yeah.
A little S&M action. I don't know. But yeah, I just try to like I try to get really nice cut like denim, and like if I find like selvage or Japanese or like anything like that where it's like I'm actually excited about it. It's not a thrift store and it's not a department store. So
Right.
it's kind of a quirky boutique.
So guys can bring in their clothes if they want as well. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
We the whole store is buy, sell, swap. And so what you do is it's the business model of like Buffalo Exchange or Crossroads or something like that. But those places don't take plus sizes.
Ah.
So it's like you're missing an opportunity, and the Plus Bus is here.
And you do events too, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we do. We thrive on events. Like
Right.
the community aspect of the Plus Bus is probably the thing that I get paid in the most is like soul food, you know, because the paycheck's not great here. It's just like, it's a labor of love, you know. I call it our art project, you know. It's like something that makes us feel really good. It does like serve a need in the community, and then also we highlight different activities and have events surrounding those activities for fat people. So it's like, I don't know, sometimes it can be hard to just like exist in a karaoke bar as a fat person. You're like self-conscious and insecure about things, and so like we had a karaoke night and it was like off the hook. Such a good vibe. Everyone was just like into it. Everyone was just feeling that confidence that comes from like being around a lot of people that are like you and like just not being treated other, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's like the main part of the Plus Bus that can't really be described, is the feeling that you get when you come here and just like see fabulous big people doing big things. I see you looking at the rack. I mean, we're in a boutique, and like I said, you get to try new things. So why don't I give you something way outside of the Bruce box and like give your fans something to giggle about?
Okay. Give it a try.
Try something on. Come on, it's not gonna kill you. But like, this is so not you, and I know it, but it's gonna be so rad just for like my own pleasures.
For you, I will do this.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right.
All right, cool.
Oh!
Ow! You are ready for Pride, sir.
Oh.
You
Here
know?
we have Bruce modeling a delicious leopard
I
sleeveless
mean,
number.
it's a look.
It'll make people look.
I think it shows off your tattoos nicely.
Yes, thank you.
Give us an
Thank you.
underarm, you know,
Yeah, right,
like a
right,
little
right.
side
Like,
pleat,
you know,
no big
yeah,
deal.
right.
I love it. It's really funny.
I'm a lot cooler on top and a lot hotter on the bottom. I like it. I like it.
But yeah, like, I mean, it's always cool to just try something and like have fun with fashion.
Thank you for the outfit.
You're a good sport. You're a really good sport.
This may not have been my normal kind of look, but you've got to admit, I rocked it. This has been the first episode of Sized Up. Thanks for checking it out. If you want to learn more, click the subscribe button below so that you can find out about the other cities we're going to visit and get more information at chubstr.com.